Today, we're talking about business. Forget the fact that we are sitting down. We are still standing on business. One of the things people don't value and don't always do as much as often is to find their own truth. What I'm telling you now, after you take it again, you weigh it against the balance that you're already used to, and genuinely observe it objectively. Because when people tell you know your worth, at times you will do certain things that will make it look like, this person does not know their worth. But it's not because you don't know your worth. It's genuinely because your worth is more than money. Look at the camera as I'm talking to you now. Look at the screen and tell yourself, say, mention your name.
ARKORE.
My worth is more than money.
My worth is more than money. Good day and welcome to today's episode of Business Gist with ARKORE. And today we are with a superstar, corporate MC. He'll introduce himself actually. Welcome, sir.
Okay, so you know what time it is. My name is Tosin Aina, and a number of you know me as the corporate MC. And yes, today we're talking about business.
Purely business.
Forget the fact that we are sitting down. We are still standing on business. 100%.
So how do you juggle entertainment with the money parts?
I think you have sometimes you don't get that beginning. But if you are just starting, this way having mentors and watching programs like this can help you. When I started, I didn't understand the business part well, but I did have a business model. And what was my business model? I knew that I was in a space where I needed to be known. People need to know my name. So I was just doing events back to back, 3K, 3.5, plate of rice and chicken. For events, I'm not joking.
No, anchor and events.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yes. Yes. I think the lowest I ever got people was a plate of food. And it's not because I did events for free. They negotiated a plate of food. They said they would give me food.
So which kind of food?
Jollof with chicken. With chicken. So, but I think over time, the day your brain opens to the business perspective, that's the day you actually start becoming a businessman.
And you won't go back.
Yeah, you won't. You won't go back. I remember I went for an event. It was a mentorship event that my boss, Sako, Spirit of Comedy, organized in Lagos. I paid, that time was a huge amount of money in my life, because the year before that, with my total saving of that year was 100K. So, and the ticket for this event was like 25K if I can remember. It was 50K. So I texted him, I'm slave student, to say I should do 50% discount. So I reached that event and we were talking about the business side of MC. My brain was opening. Somebody said, it's high time we stop charging 500K for events. At that time, let me remember. Yes, at that time, I'd never collected 120K in my life. And the person said, it's high time we stopped collecting. So that means they're already collecting and they want to move on. I'm like, wait. Which kind of gathering I did?
How did you get here?
So, yes, I think that was when I started making me to wake up to the business side of entertainment. Yeah.
So, you studied psychology.
Yes.
So, is there a way that being a psychologist affects how you relate to how you do your entertainment, how you control the crowd?
Definitely it does. I think first things first, the most interesting thing psychology has done for my brand is what it has done for me.
Personally.
It has helped me to introspect better, manage my own emotions, know the reason why I act certain ways, overcome some of my insecurities. Not totally, but like,
to a large extent.
To a large extent. So I think I'm going to give you credit for that first. And then towards general management as a whole, I do it intuitively. I can't say, this is the technical, but I do it intuitively. I know how to read body language. If I'm in an event and somebody is feeling uncomfortable by something I'm saying, I can quickly withdraw and apologize if I need to, or just move on and stop making the person feel uncomfortable. So I think I read body language. It's just basically that.
School will be scam, really.
Yeah, it's not really scam.
So if you have to rate between content, hyped up audience and flawless delivery, how you go put that? Content, hyped up audience and flawless delivery.
Hyped up audience and flawless delivery. The last one is hyped up audience in a way.
Okay.
Personally, I love it so much. I always look forward to it, don't get me wrong. But in terms of importance, content is the most important, funny enough. I've met MCs that are not half as good as I am, and they get paid more than me because they know how to shoot the right angle, capture the right moment, put it out there. Creating if a brand image is almost as important as talent itself now.
Yeah.
But guess what's also important? Delivery. Without content with delivery, you won't be hungry. You go stitch up. That's me, for an example.
Yeah.
This is one of the few steps I'm just taking to create more content, tell my stories. And you guys should even watch out for my own personal space. I'm going to be putting out a lot of content. But I think if I can add out what I already do now, man, I'm going to give Trevor Noah a run for his money. Just letting you know now.
When you want to start, they release your Wicked Truth series.
Yes, I started a conversation about this yesterday with a friend. By God's grace, I don't want to give a time. Let me say, we're having a second edition.
Wow.
And our main, yes, let me say it first here. So the main thing we're using to push second edition are the videos from the first edition.
I get it.
And the second edition is happening in the first quarter of next year. So expect the video to come out at least 2 months before. Yes.
Still in Ife or Lagos.
Ife, I'm doing the second edition. Well, let me Ife. But also next year we're doing in Lagos. But I want to do one more in Ife first. Because I realized what we achieved for the last one, more people need to be partakers, like more people need to. People kept saying, oh my God, we had too late, we had other things we're doing. So I'm like, you know what, let me make it a first semester event where there are not always busy, so many things. Like that. So that's why it's first quarter of next year. Yeah.
Last semester, end of last semester, I attended a couple of dinners. I shot some dinners and I attended personally. And your own dinner, are the ones that like, all I say, oh no. Now relaxation and fun, vibes of vibe. So on top of that vibe, how do you now like still have that vibe mindset and still charge what you're worth? Considering the fact that one, maybe for a while you are in Ife, and Ife is more like student centric kind of. Most of the jobs will be more like student related.
Yeah.
So how do you try to balance all those criteria into your
okay? So I think I get what you're even stepping into. So let me just take the question and explain it in a broader way. One of the things people don't value and don't always do as much as often is to find their own truth. What I'm telling you now, after you take it again, you weigh it against the balance that you're already used to, and genuinely observe it objectively. Because when people tell you know your worth, there are times you need to not know your worth. So let me tell you. I'm joking. You always know your worth, but there are times you will do certain things that will make you look like, this person does not know their worth. But it's not because you don't know your worth. It's genuinely because your worth is more than money. Look at the camera as I'm talking to you now. Look at the screen and tell yourself, say, mention your name. My worth is more than money.
My worth is more than money.
So that means that you can do a job for 1,500, let's make it ridiculous, 1,500 naira, and you still got your worth from that job because your worth is more than money. What am I saying? So if you don't quickly understand this, you will lose a lot of opportunities on the name of knowing your worth. And if you don't know the balance, a lot of people will also take advantage of you because you are trying to get other words that are not monetary value. So what's the balance? I tell people, whatever you're doing, you must first do it enough repeatedly to be very good at it, whether for free, whether as a yes, do it as much as possible. Now, but that's the thing with creatives industry. People don't necessarily pay you much until they start
seeing the results.
Plenty results, not even one.
And seeing the people you are associated with.
More importantly, the people.
There's
someone that is doing precisely your level of work now when it comes to photography and content, and they are collecting 7 figures.
Sure.
You get what I mean? Like, even what you would do and be like, oh, let's just do this one and let's do just 300K. They'll sit and say, oh, 1M. And it's the same quality.
Same thing.
But the difference is that the reason why some people will not pay you that is because they've seen the people that those people roll with. So they automatically assume, they attach other terms of value to them. So that being said, it's important to know, and this is a trick that you can use, determine when you want to do free stuff. So for example, now if you're starting out as an MC, let me give you a specific advice. Say I want to do 100 events this year. So for you, that's already a form of value. It's a specific number. The moment that 100 gets to like the last one, if the next person coming, they're offering you 70 out of 100% of what you normally want. That's knowing your worth. Because now I put it to, by the time you're done with that 100, you have created the kind of mastery that people are even already paying for. You will not even get 100 before people start paying your worth. Actually. But if you focus so much on like, oh, I know my worth. My worth is 200K. You tie your worth around a particular fee. Sure. You will, in this economy, there are times when you need to be like, there are times when I've taken gigs. A friend of mine reached out to me recently. People should not be doing this. What I would say, now, if you are my friend, don't do it. My friend reached out and said, I have a corporate to this very day. He said, what's my rate? I sent my rate card. I said, but let me be honest with you. I'm hungry. Country is hard. Let me know what their budget is. It doesn't change my words by one bit
At all.
But right now, I'm looking for house rent. I'm looking to another city. So I know that I need a lot of money. You get what I mean? So and to make matters interesting, why I could also do that, a lot of factors are involved. The event is so close. I will not do that for an event that is January.
At all. Things will not change.
Yes, I will not time myself that. I just know, okay, I need something quickly. So you need to apply these three. Now, most importantly now, the decision that I made that really helped me in this environment. 2 years ago, I said, as long as I'm in this environment, I will not charge more than 50,000 naira to host student-based events. As at then, between you and I was already I hosted my first 250k gig in 2022. It was huge. I almost lost my mind. Now, I kid you not, I say no to 250k. Yes, I do. So, and up until recently, I was still collecting 50k for student events.
Yeah.
Why? Because in mind, I'm like, I'm here. I want to stay relevant here. The value for me is being able to, show up. But now that, okay, I'm leaving this space totally now, I revert back to my actual rate. That's wisdom. Imagine me saying, do you know the number of times that is those 50k that will save me? Do you know how much I made from, for this last set of dinners, I didn't do 50, I did double of that. Imagine the number of dinners. Do you know how much that accumulates to?
Almost every night.
Instead of saying, I want to do 400k per nah, you have to work smart too. So if you're in a space where it's possible that you're in a space where people know your worth but can't afford you.
It's possible.
Let me bust your brain. A friend of mine told me something and it's true. And I'm telling people behind the camera too. Do you know that there are chances that you might not be able to afford yourself? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
100%.
If you're trying to get your own service,
yes, you can't afford yourself. Yeah.
If
it's possible.
I want to get an MC, right, for an event, I cannot afford the corporate MC. I cannot afford to say, oh, I want to take, say, $500,000 now and give somebody to come and host events for me. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Possible. Very,
so
very
sometimes
possible, yeah.
you know people's worth. You know precisely what there are some of your friends that you know what they are worth, but you can't just patronize them.
Yeah.
So you need to also know that and find a way to meet your customers halfway, knowing that okay, it's beyond knowing my monetary worth. So you think about it. I mean, if these people love me genuinely and they want me, but the truth of the matter is that they cannot afford certain things.
Yeah.
So you create a way to still make yourself globally relevant. Your rate card for anywhere else is standard. You are growing outside. You are not, because of that, you not camp yourself in Ife. No.
In the box.
But you realize that for these places like catchment area, when Jam do catchment area, that as long as you score 180, you get admission. Meanwhile, some other places
200.
Yes. So I think does that answer the question?
Yeah, that answers it. So does your media personality affect or shape your personal personality, or your personal shape your media presence? Or which one has the most effect on each other?
Most influence on each other. Or at the beginning, my personal influence, my personal, characteristics and traits was shaping my media.
Mm.
Now, but in recent times, the media is what is not shaping some of my past. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because now there's certain things I cannot do because of my brand.
Because you are the corporate MC.
Good. Before, it was that I shaped my brand in a certain reflection of myself. And there's certain ways certain people want to see you, certain people want to perceive you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you have to just, adjust at some given time. So, but right now, the corporate MC is an entity
on its own.
Yeah, so, but it's not like I have multiple personality disorder. It's not like I have alter ego like Beyonce and them Katy Perry and the like. But I've been able to create the corporate MC persona. Let me just call it like that. Which means that there's a lot to Tosin Aina, Tosin Aina.
Beyond
that, yes, beyond the MC. And I'm getting more comfortable in my skin. Before, I don't like having smart conversations with people because people are used to MC side of me. They want to laugh. They don't want me to tell them how the full quote of blood is thicker than water does not mean that your relative or your sister are closer than, no, it actually means opposite. I don't know if you know that too.
Yeah.
Blood is thicker does not mean that your siblings are closer to you. It actually means that a friend is closer, can be closer than a sibling. Why? Let me break it down. Blood of covenant is thicker than the water of birth.
Yeah.
Because what you share with a sibling is like, oh, you're born from the same womb. And I mean, yes, the water. That's why they say blood is thicker than. So when you enter a blood covenant with somebody, it's way stronger
than that one.
Yeah. So don't every time I want to, but like I enjoyed sounding smart now. Like just before I would have been so shy to sound smart.
So as the firstborn and big bro to siblings, please, as you are signing out on and rounding up this conversation, give us more like an advice to people coming up into your field, people coming up into your business kind of field.
I wouldn't say myself as fact actually. I am in this community. I am a big bro. For the community that I'm going into, I am a small boy. That's the thing about life.
You come back from.
Yeah, that's how it works. So I think first I'll tell you what my buddy told me. Very solid advice. Say, guy, you can make millions on that campus from this MC thing. And I will admit for the first time now that I actually did make millions from hosting events. The millions are not so plenty like that. Before people start billing me,
don't send us out to his DM, please.
So that's the first thing you need to know. You need to be creative. God, the reason why I've been improving, but one of the reasons why I feel like there's no much competition. Shout out to all my amazing guys that are doing great jobs. I'm not going to mention people that are like my contemporaries. I'll mention people that are coming and they're doing fantastic job. MCK, Samson, Olasheni, Special Arts, because she's doing an amazing job too. The list goes on and on. I'm trying to remember this girl's name. I'm sorry that it's not coming to my head. I love you, baby. Sorry, she's not my baby. She hosts events too. She has this Igbo name. It's a sister's name I'm remembering. I don't know. I can't remember her name. But my point is that shout out to you guys. Let me tell you, you have to keep shooting your shots. I always tell people when I was starting, I was hungry. I think sometimes because people are not hungry, they are not ginger enough. When I mean hungry, I'm not saying metaphor. Stomach. I don't see food chop. So when I'm working, I'm reading flyers. I'm calling the number for inquiries. Hello, this corporate. Nobody's at my papa. I want to find out if you've gotten a professional MC for your event. They'll be like, what do you call your name? Some out of like 10, out of 20, 19 will say no. But you see that one that comes through, it wouldn't have come through if I didn't call. Actually, how about
100.
So the highest you can get is no.
Yeah. And that's all.
And if you didn't call before, no, they're not going to call you before. So reach out like you're a madman. Do it strategically now. Don't do it like me and just be desperate. When you're reaching out now, say, oh, this is what I do, this is what I charge. But I really believe in what you're doing at the moment. I'm a lover of SDG. So to support your event, I'm going to volunteer my service. You see, say now, it's not giving a beg any amount. But I know that you don't go to rate me. So no worry. I won't even collect money from you. But I'm letting you know that I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah.
So to not even augment it, I can even say as a way of you giving back to me, put my flyer on your backdrop. If you have a backdrop, it could be something but make sure you're always thinking in terms of value exchange.
Value for value.
Yes. So sometimes, for something I can say, they should give me tickets. I don't really need the ticket. I use do giveaway.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to let them know that you must exchange value for this thing that you're getting. So that's number one advice. Number two advice, you have people are your biggest investments. Don't use people. Don't also, there's an habit now in the name of networking. People groom people to be used. Nobody likes it. Like if you're going to, I understand how you can network because you feel like when you have it on the back of your mind that I'm a bit of you don't know. It's giving like the only reason why you're being nice to people is so that they can be nice back to you. As much as on the surface, it doesn't sound like a bad thing, but trust me, the moment you begin to make sense for yourself, there will be people you stop talking to because you feel like you have nothing to gain from them. You start, people that are quality people, but you start feeling too much of yourself. So don't always think about how this person, what you can get from this person. Think about what you can drop in this person's life. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Regardless of whether it comes back to you, let people be able to say, Omo, if not for waiting this guy, run me or this guy.
I don't go there.
I love that. So remember that I've got my biggest event from places I never expected. People that didn't even have the strength to pull it. My first 150K wedding in Ife, which is paying me to tomorrow, because I realized about charge them 250 they would have paid. That was like 2 years ago or thereabout. But it was big in my eyes. And it was a miracle. January 2. I thought it was prank. She called me, say, I want to have an event in Ife. So she asked that, what's your budget? What's my rate? I said 150, and she said, okay. It was strange. I'm like, this person's pranking me. Like, no matter how rich you are, every Nigerian will always price.
Honestly.
So I said 150, and he said, okay. I'm like, I said, send the account number. I'm waiting for somebody to come and be like, hello, Deborah, it's Deborah. I'm just playing with you. I didn't see connection. I saw a lot of 100. I was like, what? So, do you know how I got that gig? One girl is in part 2. She was in part 2. She had seen me. She liked me. She insisted that corporate, she's like fourth born. She's changing for her elder sibling that corporate MC must be the MC at this. And they listen to her. Imagine I don't look out with the, yes. Apart from that, the first time I hosted an event in Sheraton, it was one guy that I hosted conference for in Agric. That was president then. Now he was working with a particular brand that was hosting an event in Sheraton. They asked for suggestions. He stood on business. They corporate and he say. So sometimes people can't give you like a lot of things right now because you don't know how they can come in.
Actually.
But trust me, try your best as possible to not be in people's bad book. Me like this, I've already been in a lot of people's bad book. But also, I have impeccable character that also speaks for me that I am not a bad person.
It's credibility.
Credibility, that's the word for it. So it's okay that some people, you end up maybe making some mistakes, being in some people's bad books.
As human.
Yes, as human. Some it will even be due to your personal fault. Some, you didn't do anything wrong.
Life just happens.
Yes, they just wanted to hate you and it happens like that. But whichever the case, people are the most important.
There's one other that says we use things and we value people and we use things. So don't switch.
Yes, don't start using people and start valuing things. Don't. That's work like that. You see, I don't cooperate and I go talk for my next. Anybody that calls me for another video, like you must learn how you consistent. And that's the thing about me. By the way, one of the things I do really well is I can take somebody else's material or anything give me, add my own. So this thing that you said now, let me do another delivery. In my short period of living there in less than 3 decades, one of the things I can profoundly tell you is that it pays to not mix up these two things. You must always remember to value people and use things. Don't mix it together. The moment you begin to do that, that is a recipe for failure.
Philosopher.
Steve, how do this guy talk now? So, by the way, you must find something that's unique to you. Something that, and storytelling. Always know how to tell your stories. Whatever you do. Now, before you could have escaped it, but now, anything you do, you must always know how to.
Especially if you are building a brand and you want to make
it.
Because people they watch. People are
watching. I'm sorry this episode is getting long. One more story. Guys, the biggest event that I got this year, the same brand gave me my biggest event for last year. And guess where the girl saw me? Birthday hangout 3 years ago, prior to that last year. We did hang out.
So we don't do that. They serious like that.
And the event, the brand is a big brand. Like the brand is the brand that does logistics for Dangote. That's when I even knew that person they do logistics for those, like many of those tankers I see sometimes, they are not Dangote tankers. So it's a brand that supplies, like they can give you like 20, like when I mean logistics, I'm saying you want to move like fuel from like Nairobi, like African countries. Yes. That's the brand. That's big. Very big, very big brand. So when they reached out to me, the girl saw me at an hangout, friends hangout. That hangout, I didn't collect Shingbai. I traveled all the way from Ife to Lagos. And when she reached out to me, I didn't know that she's the one. Until I got to the event, I was like, oh my God, Zinka. They're like, do you remember where I was like, God, I remember. Alexis, they say yes. I'm like, what? As if that was not enough. So last year I did their event for them. Wonderful. They called me back this year. They doubled what they paid last year. No, not that they doubled. Me, I asked for double. Because then I was like,
hello.
When I get money like this. So when they messaged me, I was like, oh, more things are cost now, but because it's you people. And they didn't know that they were giving me my also biggest event. Funny enough, they opened the door because as God will have it, like back to back, I had like the same amount of event, like 2 or 3 more. And I'm like, thank you, God. So if you are considering this business, it's something I used to start a family. I'm not gonna lie, me, I don't have that kind of money yet, but I've seen people do it. My mentor currently has 2 kids that are based in his family is in Canada. The major thing he does, hosting of events, yeah. But I started real estate because the money, you know, it buys houses and rent. So
no small.
You know, small. I mean, small for now, but this MC work. You know, small.
All right, thank you so much. The corporate
so
MC for
being
media. Thank you for the nuggets.
Yes, I want to make a big shout out to this guy too. He's a fantastic guy. I love working with creatives that beyond the quality of their work, they are likable. And I think it really like that's why this was really easy for me. It's like him. So even we should watch out for him. Oh. Funnily enough, it reminds me of a friend of mine that started exactly like this in this part. You probably know him now. Click up a boy. This boy that is in face. He does pictures. He follows my body a lot. Then Quista, yes. So he give me Quista vibes. Yeah, now so like this Quista begins to. So Quista is doing fantastically well now.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So I mean,
see, as a random, let me tell you, he gave me a job, and how that job was actually like very strange because I came to shoot a pre of an event. Okay. I'm not the video photographer. I just want to take some people and go. And I met him like, let me just go and talk to corporate MC. And like corporate MC, I'm a photographer, and I was like, they need a photographer. I'm like, no, what just happened? I thought it was a prank. And next thing, he telling me was like, send your wrist. And like, are we really having this conversation? Like, I'm very laid back. I don't like moving people face to face like that. I find my chat.
Yeah, it was immediate. I just said,
I'm like, what? What
the funny thing is that we didn't even realize. Like, what I didn't tell you is that I never mentioned that we didn't plan for one.
Yeah, it's
that I said, we needed one. I just told myself we needed one.
Now, guess what happened? The major person, when the other party,
yes,
did not show up.
Did not show up. So we're two departments that wanted to do event together. So we called him. The other department called another person. Over that guy's department, photographer didn't show up. Then I came to meet him. He now have to negotiate a deal with them on the spot to take their picture.
How did he get here? From just talking and then first job and then like two jobs in one.
Yeah, that's amazing. And we'll still do more. By God's grace, we'll still do more. We'll still do more. This is just the beginning. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Is it going to be on YouTube?
Yes, be on YouTube.
Please subscribe. Kindly like, subscribe, share. Yes. Please do.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.